Hello, I'm Uju James from Entwine Clothing. At Entwine Clothing, we produce underwears and wear for women. We also have other products like body shapers, and we do casual clothing for women. So today we'll be talking on the importance of creating a niche for your business. I want to ask or wonder, what is a niche and why is it important in the first place? So a niche is a specialized segment of the markets. That's the people you intend to create a product or service for. So in trying to set up a business, or if you're already a business owner, you find that it is far more easier to cater to a particular kind of customer or focus on a particular kind of service for certain people. Why this is important is because it helps you to structure your business better and helps in even your branding efforts. So for instance, I'm in the clothing business. I started as bespoke tailoring, and we found out that even though we had a niche, we had a group of customers we were producing for at the time, find that there are different kind of people who come and they want different kinds of things. It's more expensive to run a business that way, and a bit difficult. We find it difficult to structure because when it comes to stocking and buying raw materials, you're very careful on the kind of materials you want to stock, because each customer that comes in wants a totally different thing. So you're always running off to get a piece of fabric or some kind of trims for each customer and for each style you tend to make. It's very tiring and exhausting. At that point, we had to decide to focus on a business, and I always wanted a business where it's easy for me to put in my systems and structures in place, that even when I'm not there, my people know exactly what to do at every point in time, who takes in what and who handles the next process in our production. So now we are strictly running a production line. Okay, so we've detailed our workflow in such a way that at this point this is what we do, and then we move to here, and everybody knows where they are supposed to be and what they are supposed to be doing at a particular time. Also, we also know who our customers are. We do large production, and we do supplies to supermarket stores, and we also have people who come to take our products to resell. So at this point, we know the people we are supplying next, and then we can plan our production. So like we can say, okay, for this month, this and this is what we are production. Of course, we have our stock inventory management system where we're able to monitor and follow up our stocks. So we are constantly watching that and taking stock, and then with that we know products that we need to restock, the products that we'll need to replace in certain stores. We're also following up with the stores and with our customers. So we are able to plan our production, and then we have like a production schedule and all that. So you're not able to do this if you have not planned and realize that, okay, these are the group of people I am producing for, and this is what we need to produce for them. We had been able to, set up the structures. We know who our customers are. And another thing is that we are constantly taking feedback from them. Because we know who the customers are and we know what our niche is, it helps us with our creating ads. It also helps in our branding, because everything now begins to fall in line, because okay, this is our target market. There's a way you talk to them. There's a kind of language you use in creating ads, and even in creating your branding materials. Everything created or structured or planned in such a way that it speaks directly to your niche and your target market. So your branding or your creating your niche really helps in crafting the kind of branding, because the branding is the totality of the way your business is seen and it's related and communicated to with your target markets and the audience you are producing for. Other factors that you may want to consider when crafting or carving your niche. In carving your niche, it's important that you find a niche that you're really comfortable with. No business that is easy to run, but when you have passion for it. Like, certain people go into the business of creating clothing for children because they love children, they like to play with maybe cartoon figures, or they just like to have fun with colors and, things like that. Then they can decide to go into children's clothing. So it's important you also find a niche where you're very comfortable, where you have the passion for it, because a lot of things are going to take your energy, your time, and sometimes give you sleepless nights. It needs to be something that you really love to do and you wake up feeling very happy and energetic to face each day you wake up. So it's important you find a niche where you're comfortable, you're happy in a particular niche. Let me say, for instance, the person who decides to go into children's clothing. First thing you want to do is you really need to research your competitors. Find out who are the key players in this industry or in this particular segment, the people who have the largest market share, the part of the market share you would like to, take control of. And then by the time you find out the key players in this particular market, your competitors, you want to know what they're doing, how they're doing, what they're doing, how far the competition is going, what you really want to know, what makes them who they are. And that way you are able to now create something different, because you don't want to go all the way competing, find out that you're not able to meet up because you just come across as like a number two, or you're like an imitation of what the original is. So you really want to say, okay, my competition is going this far and this is what they are doing. I want to bring in something different and something unique that people will want to, because going that length, you want to also reach out to people you intend to serve, reach out to mothers, find out what the children like. And sometimes you might also want to find out what kind of cartoons or the kind of characters that these children are drawn to. That's why you see a lot of children's school bags and shoes and clothing sometimes have this cartoon character. So you want to find out what they are watching. Dora the Explorer, or now Cocomelon or something like that. So their favorite cartoons, you might want to include that in your design. Find something unique that you're going to put that is going to make your offering, your product or your service different from what is already in the market. A business person, as you go, you don't just create a niche and then you say I'm right and then you stick there. You also see, you find out if brand message is being communicated exactly the way you intended it to. If all this is done and you still find that there is more you can do, or you want to add another niche to it, it's something that you can always upgrade and continue to work, because especially when it comes to fashion, find that it's always evolving. Yes, so you have to follow trends, and if you can be on top of your game and maybe you're able to spot a trend, you jump on it and then you begin to roll out. That's local production, because once you find out that there is a trend, you can immediately begin to make your samples and produce, and then you do your art. And sometimes speed plays a very big role in how fast your product moves and how it's accepted in the market. So once you're able to get your samples and then you create your ads and you see that it is loved, you can immediately begin to focus on that particular product or service. For entrepreneurs, women in business, you're not able to reposition your business, your product or your services, you would struggle. You will struggle more and struggle a lot, So what's really working right now and working for me and a lot of people is the use of technology. Okay, so traditional business, brick and mortar business, there are certain businesses that still work that way. But the rest of us, at a point, everybody will have to find a way to inculcate the use of technology in whatever you're doing. And it makes life much easier. It makes the business much easier. And I'm using technology, and then I'm putting in structures to be sure that, the business can run without me. Imagine your business in such a way that it can't run when you're not there. I don't know how far you can take that business. It's not scalable. It's really not scalable if you have to be there, because I've, tried several things, and that's just it. So your business has to be scalable. You have to be able to put in structures and systems, and to some point be able to take out yourself and see if the business can survive. Then you've really done something, and that's the advice I have for women entrepreneurs who are trying to get into business, or you're into a business right now. One of the way women entrepreneurs can help boost their businesses, find the right niche, and also scale is to join women-focused communities. One of them is Hermoni. Hermoni helps you, with capacity building. They have training, they have support groups, and they can even offer you funding to scale and to grow your business. So communities like Hermoni would really be handy if you really want to grow your business in terms of technology and business growth. So I think you should really consider Hermoni to build your business. Thank you.